Here we are, ladies and gentlemen. The Champion Pass is finally live in-game. The Xena Warrior Princess edition of the Champion Pass is now live. Keep in mind, guys, I want to start the video by mentioning it directly. This champion will not be available to free-to-play. The only people that will get this champion will be the ones that will purchase the Battle Pass or the Champion Pass, and the ones that will summon during her 10x and will have a chance to get her. So let's quickly see. Complete Champion Pass challenges to earn Champion Pass points and earn amazing rewards. Like, I don't know how many of you guys don't know Xena Warrior Princess. Like, I've been a massive fan of the series when I was a kid. Same with the Hercules one. So that's actually pretty dope to see what we have going on here in Raid at the moment, collaborating with Universal. There we go. Here it doesn't look like her at all, but in game it looks exactly like her. Exactly like her. Probably is nostalgic for a lot of you guys out there. So this is the pass right here. You can see the hero looks exactly the same like in the series, literally, like the actress, of course. Actually forgot her name. But we're going to check her kit in just a second, see if this pass is really worth it. We're quickly going to check what rewards we have in here. They're only 25 levels, and this is a very weird pass because it takes like 12 weeks, man, for it to end. So it's not what we initially thought, that we're going to get one of these every month or so. Maybe in the future, you know, who knows. But this is what are we looking at. Free to play, we'll get a Sacred Shard. We'll get 6-star legendary gear, of course. And what's funny to see right here, that on the paid version, you're not getting mythical gear. You're not getting more 6-star legendary gear. You're just getting the accessories. Pretty weak sauce, just judging by the reward. So leaving the Sacred Shard, leaving the champion on the side, okay? So let's just exclude. Let's just imagine that this is the pass. The rewards are underwhelming. The rewards are very underwhelming. Like, you're barely getting anything, okay? Leaving the champion on the side. I just want to emphasize that. Yes, as free-to-play, getting these extra top rewards is amazing because it's something that you didn't had before. But if we are looking at it as a pass, okay? Just looking at it as a pass, like any other game out there, there's battle passes, etc. The rewards are underwhelming from that point of view. Now, the price for this is $40. $40, guys, to get the pass. Wow. If you want to get it with all the levels, okay, it's going to cost you $60. So you instantly get a champion. You're instantly getting anything, everything else from there, you know. And wow, you feel me? It's actually pretty spicy. Now, I do have access to this champion on the test server, okay? And I'm gonna be honest with you. If I'll do a champion spotlight on her only on the test server, I will never know her true value because I cannot do live arena. I cannot do many other things. And I feel like her value really stands out from there. So, unfortunately for my pocket, I might have to purchase this version just to be able to truly showcase the champion in a video for you guys. But let me just quickly go over her kit. So the champion looks pretty good, okay? The champion pass is pretty expensive, and I know a lot of you guys actually had this feeling of $40. I know that. My God. Okay, so let me just quickly go over the champion. Barbarians, of course. She will get empowered by no one else but Elder Skarg. My +4 Elder Skarg laughs at me in the vault right now. And of course, if you summon multiple copies, I'm pretty convinced you're going to be able to use her as empowerment. We will have different 10x events, guys. I'm quickly going to show you that as well. Just bear with me a second, if somebody cares about it. So if we're going to go over to the Raid Discord right here, this is the champion's kit. You can find the infographic right there. But these are the events, guys, okay? So that's when they're gonna boost 10x chances to summon the champion from Ancient, from Sacred, from Ancient, from Sacreds, okay? In case if you are curious. The champion with the A1 attacks one enemy 2 times, will ignore 3% of the target's defense for each buff on the target. Will also ignore shield buffs if the target is under 2 or more buffs or debuffs. So fairly decent skill. Is a 3% ignore defense. Is not that massive, but it's for each buff. The A2, which is AoE, on a 3-turn cooldown, Kakram Cyclone attacks all enemies. Will ignore 5% of the target's defense for each buff on the target. The more buffs, the more defense you ignore. Steals 20% of the target's defense for each enemy. This effect cannot be resisted if the target is under 2 or more buffs or debuffs, which again sounds pretty interesting to gain the turn meter. You're going to rotate to the other skill, and that's nice. The A3, Whip of Destiny, on a 4-turn cooldown fully booked, attacks all enemies. Will ignore 10% of the target's defense for each buff on the target. Resets the cooldown of this champion skill if it kills 2 or more enemies. Now we need in total 3, 6, 10 books. The passive, For the Greater Good, on a 3-turn cooldown, increases this champion's attack by 10% every time they use an active skill, stacks up to 100, resets each round. So this is the passive effect. This doesn't have a cooldown, okay? Also has a 50% chance of randomly changing this champion's weak hits to normal, strong, or critical hits. This chance increases to 100 when attacking enemies under 2 or more buffs or debuffs. She is very strong against champions like Duchess because she won't weak hit, considering that her affinity is force. So this is actually a very interesting passive, and kudos to whoever designed this champion in terms of kit, because this is something that I was not expecting to see in Raid, you know? So this is actually a very nice passive. Then the active effect, guys, fills this champion's turn meter by 100% and places a 50% increased attack buffs on this champion for 1 turn whenever 8 or more buffs are placed on the enemy team in a single turn. Siphi, Duchess, champions that buff a lot will get clapped by this passive because you're basically gaining the turn instantly with 100% turn meter, and then you're gaining increased attack. Basically, you don't need somebody else to do that job for you, which is amazing. Then, the aura increases ally attack in arena battles by 33%. Now I know what you guys are asking me. Skratch, is this enough? What are the multipliers, Skratch? That's what's going to decide if the champion is good or no. So her base attack is 1,542. It's not on the high end of legendaries. It's kind of like in the middle. 15,000 HP, pretty good. And 1k defense, 100 speed. Fairly decent stats on her, okay? She looks pretty awesome. I'm sure they will sell a skin of some sort at some point, so expect that to happen too. But basically the multipliers. On the A1, a double hit is a 1.8 multiplier. Okay, that's fairly decent, On the A2 is a 4-point multiplier. Similar with Gembo, similar with Foley, similar with Astrolon, okay? So that's the multiplier on the A2, but the champion ignores defense. And on the A3 is a 4.1. Again, similar with Gembo, similar with Foley, similar with Astrolon, and similar with other champions that are kind of like at that sort of level. The only difference is that we ignore defense. The more buffs on them, the more defense we ignore, guys. So that's how she's being played. I'll be honest with you. She is designed to be part of a longer fight because of the passive, okay? Boosting the attack by 100%, similar with Ninja and the champion from the Doom Tower, I literally, Val the Destroyer, right? Is actually awesome. Is awesome. But this is kind of like intended to be for longer fights, live arena fights, this sort of thing where you actually get to put the champion to do some work, you know, where you're taking a lot of turns, you're playing it much smarter. So that's actually pretty interesting. Now, of course, expect a guide on the champion, a proper guide where we're going to be able to test this champion to its full potential. That was all for this video. Let me know in the comments down below, do you think that this champion pass is worth it $40? So basically, we are getting a guaranteed legendary for $40. That's the price of 2 sacred shards. Now, I have a feeling that this was extremely expensive for Plarium to bring this character into the game. And some of you are wondering, why Xena? Why her? Like, nobody's talking about this for the last 20 years. Well, she's part of the right demographic. If you are looking at the demographic of what people are playing this game are people of my age, people of your age, so in between 26 all the way up to 60 plus years old. Okay, that's the demographic for this game. You don't really have many that are younger than this. There are a few, of course, but they're not the majority here. They're the minority, actually. The majority is 30 plus years old, and that's part of me. I'm very familiar with the series. I know very well. I remember it from my childhood, and I know a lot of you guys do the same. So that's why they added this. It's the perfect way to bring people from this demographic to the game and cash in on bigger money. So if you are curious, I quickly explained you the reason behind it. And I think it was very expensive for them to get a deal with Universal to be able to bring the champion. And how you may notice is the actual actress too, which was involved most probably in the whole process of it. So she had to take a big chunk of money as well, I would assume. And maybe that's why they're not giving it for free, and it's just in the form of a champion pass. Plarium confirmed that they will have regular 7-day login champions in the future. This is a different thing, and they're testing it most probably to see how it will play out. But yeah, guys, let me know your thoughts in the comments down below. Appreciate every single one of you guys watching. Much love, and I'll catch you all soon in the next video. Peace.